guys, this is Thursday, May 7th, and this is your grammar lesson for today. Go ahead and open up your books to page 293, and let's look at your lesson. This is one of those writing lessons. So on 293, we're going to start with writing with pronouns, and we're going to take two separate sentences, join them into a complex sentence. Remember, complex sentences have subordinating conjunctions either at the very beginning of the sentence, and then you have to put a comma after that first sentence, or you can put it right in the middle to separate the sentences without a comma. And there are certain words that are those subordinating conjunctions like after, because, since, while, when, as if. There's a lot of those. I think it's back on like page 57. But actually our book, this section is giving you the subordinating conjunction to use. Let's look at our example on page 293. Students and parents rely on radio announcements. Students and parents need to know if school is closed. Well, this whole lesson is about pronouns. So that we're going to take one of those repetitive students and parents, and we're going to turn it into a pronoun that fits that plural subjects there, which would be they. So students and parents rely on radio announcements, subordinating conjunction, because they need to know if school is closed. Or you could put that subordinating conjunction at the beginning. Because students and parents need to know if school is closed, comma, they rely on radio announcements. Either way, you're going to turn one of those subjects into a pronoun and then make it a complex sentence. Just building on what you already know. Okay, I have done the first one for you. I'm attaching it on a document. I did actually the first two. And then you just add to that and put the last two on there. Okay, the first one says, country music is a pleasure to listen to. Country music is selected by our excellent staff. The repetitive subject is country music, and they give you when as your subordinating conjunction. So what I wrote was, country music is a pleasure to listen to when, put that there, it, change the country music to it is selected by our excellent staff. Okay? And number two, people of all ages listen to WFUN. People of all ages love to hear terrific music. Our conjunction is because. There are different ways to do it. I chose to put this because at the beginning to show you that way. And I said, because people of all ages love to hear terrific music, comma, they listen to WFUN. So I switched that around to make it make sense. You could say, the book said, the book said, people of all ages listen to WFUN because they love to hear terrific music. So you could do that either way. All right, you're going to do numbers 3 and 4 there, and then let's turn the page and talk about 5 through 8. Okay, on this back page, we are taking one of those repetitive subjects, and we are going to replace it with who, whom, or whose to make better writing. Okay, let's look at the examples. Our class took a field trip with Mr. Shea. Mr. Shea is our English teacher, and Mr. Shea is the repetitive noun there. And the way they fixed that was, our class took a field trip with Mr. Shea, who is our English teacher. Okay. Mr. Shea knows Dan, a radio disc jockey. He planned the field trip with Dan. And the way they fixed that was, Mr. Shea knows Dan, a radio disc jockey with whom he planned the field trip. And the third example is, I always listen to Dan. Dan's stories are funny. Okay, and how they fixed it. I always listen to Dan, whose stories are funny. I made it possessive. Okay, and I did the first two of these for you too, and let's go over that. Our guide was Dan. Dan is on the morning show. So I typed on our document, our guide was Dan, comma, who is on the morning show. I made it a who because it's the subject of that second part of that sentence. Okay, the next one says, we met Becky Myers. Becky Myers's show was just starting. Okay, that kind of shows you right there it's possessive. Becky Myers' show. So I wrote, we met Becky Myers, comma, whose, W-H-O-S-E is possessive, whose show was just starting. Okay? you're going to do numbers 7 and 8 on this page and 3 and 4 on page 293. Just go ahead and add to the document that I already started, and good luck with that. I will see you tomorrow.